All right, Dave.
So
you're about the same size as Steve. So
you hear that, Steve? You hear what he just called you?
All right, Nick Deal,
David Deal.
Deal Brothers Racing. Today we're doing some more updates to the Better Half Camaro, Vale's car that's going to outrun Steve's car. Today we're going to focus on, and technically we're not even supposed to work on this yet. We're finding little bits and pieces to get more done. I've ordered a bunch of parts for it, but when we do get a little extra time, as you guys seen in other videos, we'll try to get something done. Today, me and Dave are going to team up and try to tackle these bull horns, figure out how we want them to go. We kind of got some information from Steve. I still probably got to order a double slip bellow because I want, whenever I tie a wastegate to a blow, or the wastegate to the bullhorn or wastegate to exhaust, I prefer to use some kind of bellow, something that has a little bit of flex and movement. As much as I hate them, with stainless, it expands, it moves, this and that, and then you don't want to have to fight getting a V-band off, get stuff separated, or even more importantly, get it back together or crack. So,
hey guys, if you haven't already, go subscribe.
I got to order some bellows, but we can at least work on getting the bullhorn set, the depth set, get the V-bands tacked on, and then I can look at how I'm going to tie the two together. Dave has just pointed out that where we were going to put the V-band is where they stopped at, and we may have to come out farther, weld it together, and then cut it and put the V-band.
Might be able to go back. You know, looking at the way the things are created here.
Yep.
There's a bigger gap back here.
So maybe cut some more off that pipe.
I'm thinking maybe cut some more off this pipe.
Before we cut that one, then get your
so
spot
that's what I was just looking at. Back here, there's more of a gap, so maybe we'll bring this back.
Don't bring it back too far because it's going to make it tough for me on the tying back in the blow, because I don't want them to go backwards too much to tie in. You know,
I got you. You might have to bring a little 45 right here.
Well, that's what I got the 45 already kind of figured out.
Yeah, so that's, I'm thinking, see right here? Check that out.
See right here where he's picking out the spot for the V-band.
Yeah, a little tight right here.
Yep.
We're not going to be able to make that, but as we go back, we gain quite a bit of room. So I think if we come, bring this back about 1.5 inches right there, it gives us all the room in the world to get our clamp on, the suck down. That way we can adjust our bullhorns, turn them, stuff like that. If he's driving, rain, anything like that, he can tip them down. Cool stuff.
Yeah, well, he'll probably have to take them off to go in the trailer. I've already marked the back of this fender. I guess fender front end. I marked the back of the fender where we're going to cut the U out so that you can drop it over the bullhorns. You don't have to take the bullhorns off to put the front end on and off, which is very important. Just one more step. Also, while we're here, if you probably see all the 1/4-inch rod and all the stuff for mounting the front end, that's going to be something we're looking at while we're in this moment. This all kind of ties together right here. Dave just came up with a pretty good idea. We may make the front end brackets actually bolt in with the doors
right here.
We may make
a rod.
Yep, we may use that so that the bracket can bolt in.
Yeah, then down here have another one, the other rod that's going to come up here for the bottom Zeus's.
Yep, so there'll be one there, and then there's going to be another one. That one needs to tie to this over here. It's probably going to go under the bullhorn or over the bullhorn, and it's going to, because we're going to put 2 Zeus's down here. One at the bottom here.
Yeah, pretty much down there.
One here, one back here, one here, and one here. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to take the fender off, the front end off. 5 on each side, so 10 of them to take the whole front end off. Ain't that bad? So that's where we're at today. We got some other stuff. I'm sure you'll see some time-lapse stuff, maybe even see the bullhorns on the car before we're done. I already cut it down. I think it's got to go down a little more. And you need to open the door, though, so I can kind of see where our limitations are going to be. So I can bring this in somewhere in there.
Yeah, I like that area. Keep in mind, you're going to have a V-band in there. It's going to eat up some space.
It's 1/2 inch. I already measured it. Close the door.
That door doesn't change anything.
Well, I'm saying, I was thinking about the fender's going to have clearance, and it's good there, right? Got it.
Yep. I haven't tacked this yet. I just want to make sure everything's kosher once it's tacked. Once we like it.
Body line wise, I'm really liking the angle.
It looks like we're going to have plenty of room for a clamp to slide up right here.
No, I like the angle we're at. We should have plenty of clearance through here. It's getting it out away from the car. You could tip it back. Let's check the door clearance. You got it? I don't want to hit the door. Oh, dude. That's it. Right there's maxed out. Door clearance is good. I think that is going to look amazing. I would get that one tacked, and we'll set the hood back down and actually get a
The
good
distance
visual.
out, you think is good?
No, I
everything?
think it's perfect. I think if you went any tighter, it's gonna be too tight to it.
Yeah.
And I think if you went any out farther, it's gonna look
Okay.
cartoonish.
I'll throw a couple tacks on it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Has to be back purge welded. So, a couple little tacks to hold the band in place. Get everything fitted up. Then we'll get all this stuff back purged with all our nice tie pound stuff.
Well, we did something right because it went down over there at least.
I mean, it literally dropped perfectly on.
Well, I took a chunk of pipe, went to the other pipe, and put it on there and then traced it pretty much. Oh, even the height is right. So we didn't cut too much out. Hey Dave, I was just thinking about something. We should ask the people on the page that are sub, dude, to give us some questions. I like answering questions, maybe answer 3 questions on video with the names every week, at least once a week, maybe. Like I had a lot of questions I answered in the text, but nobody else gets to see the answers. Maybe we'll put the name of the person that asked the question and the answer to that question, like 3 of them, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
You can do that?
3, I think 3 questions. Let's shoot for 3 questions of video.
Ooh. I think we just do almost like you talked about in our car build. You follow the contour of this, just back from the edge of this, and put your tab.
All you got to
your
do is
tab.
know how thick this is. It's actually pretty thick right there, so you have to go very far back.
Yeah. So, but we can bend.
But
one
we
up
can. But our tabs are going to be welding on anyways for the Zeus,
so you can adjust.
so
a
you
little
can
bit.
adjust with them.
So that's what I was getting at. Like,
Or do you
yeah.
make it? Do you make a bracket though that just bolts in with these bolts here, these bolts here,
Sure.
like a plate, and then your plate comes off?
That's kind of what we talked about, making it so you can go powder coat everything and everything. A slip if you up here, Dave, all the way across the whole front end. Guess what Daddy's doing?
You put LED lighting on.
Damn right. That's gonna shine down onto that. So I'll probably just do white, or have one that goes back and forth.
Big
like
thing
that.
you got to keep in mind is 240 mile an hour is their goal roughly.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever's going to be on that, you know, it can't just be like a stick-on LED strip. It's going to have to be something that secures.
Oh,
like
we'll panel bond adhesive on. It ain't coming off. He's wrapping this too though, so I can't do any of that until after the wrap. Well, I really was digging. I was gonna hide these from Steve, in the channel for a minute. I found some lights. I think if you look at them, man, they just look mean, and I feel like the Camaro deserves a mean looking light. That is your daytime running lights. I think that's driving lights, turn signal. Yeah. High beam, low beam. These are bright. Hey, Dave. All right, Dave.
So,
You're about the same size as Steve. So
you hear that, Steve? You hear what he just called you?
yeah, I'm saying you guys are close to the same size. So what I'm saying is,
All right.
you sit back in the seat. I want you to be able to reach the handle. To evacuate if you have to. I'm thinking somewhere in here because it gives you the most room, and if the window net's up, you could probably still reach around it, right?
Yeah.
And if you leave your back all the way back, can you grab the handle from there?
Go gadget arm.
Okay. So what I'm going to say is we're going to trace out this thing just so I have a bearing on it, and we might be doing some kind of door panel at some point. But this gives us
over this or something. So.
gives us some kind of at least base idea. And right here is about where that hole is, and it's just rough. All right, so that's about where the door handle is going to go, and we come over here and probably show you a better shot of how that's going to look. Yeah, I'm actually going to move it back to right there. So this little indentation made a good spot anyways, kind of where I wanted it, but I wanted to make sure we cleared these bars.
And the driver could reach.
And the driver could reach. So Dave was able to reach out and grab this handle. And this is a factory replacement handle, so I wanted to keep it. He can pick one of these up at AutoZone if he breaks it. And I'm big on making as many parts available as we can. And like Dave said, we probably will end up with doing some kind of carbon fill-in or some kind of panel on this. One of the guys we're going to be having work with us actually does carbon parts. He may be able to be honest with you, this is going to be kind of funny. He might be able to take a mold of a factory Camaro door panel and make a carbon insert that goes on this door, which would be kind of cool. Be different. A lot of guys don't take that kind of effort into it, but I think it'd be a nice addition. So that's what we're doing on door handles. So this here is a, usually you see the big rubber freaking tractor starting buttons. I didn't want to put one of those in. This is going to be for bumping it over. It'll be under the hood. We're going to stick this right on the back of the cowl. It's kind of
Explain to people why they would want to bump it over from the outside.
well, the way I'm going to explain this is to check your lash, not to adjust your lash, because if I say adjust your lash, Steve's going to be upset with me. So it's not to adjust your lash, it is to check your lash.
And adjust if needed.
And if you got to adjust it a bunch, what's wrong, Dave? If your lash is too tight, what happened?
What would happen if your lash was too tight?
What if you checked it in the morning, everything was good, and then you checked it at the end of the day at the track, and the lash is super tight? What does that usually mean?
You tulip the valve.
What's it mean usually if your lash is really loose?
After the day?
Yep.
I'd say you wiped out a push rod or something, or a cam lobe.
A lifter.
Yeah.
Usually a lifter.
Yeah, something on the other pushing side is
The
tore
other
up.
pushing side. So anyway, so what this is for, we got off into the weeds there. This button is to allow Steve, Val, whoever's working on the car, they'll be able to reach, and I got a bunch of stuff right here. They'll be able to reach up here underneath this cowl and hit this button, and it'll roll the engine over. We call it a bump button. So it'll be pretty accessible.
Not for the starting line.
It's not the bump to bumping. There's a bump the motor over. When I say bump the motor, it'll rotate the engine. It turns the starter on.
I'm just asking for the people like me.
I got you. I got you. So that's what this button's for. That's something else I might get tackled tonight. I know we're getting crazy here, but that's a pretty easy task. And I've got to finish up some harness stuff that I'm building for the car. And that'll allow me to get this harness down to where it's got to go.
So in a very rare turn of events, I've actually had time to edit videos today. Normally, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I've actually had so much time to edit that I'm ready to wrench on something. I can't wait to get out here and start monkeying with this blue truck, but we all have to know our strengths. And Ryan's strength around this shop is plentiful. But if I could pick one thing I could put him on, it'd be a bolt guessing game. Now, we got to get the pedal installed on the Better Half Camaro. The hardware is not there, and I do believe Nick wants to order titanium. So he sent me the message reminding me that we need to check the thread, the pitch, the length, whatever. I instantly got Ryan on it. How you doing, Ryan?
We're doing good.
Dude, this guy, I'm shocked he didn't just put his hand down there, smell the hole. Oh,
I just looked at it and was like, yep, that's 5/16, 24.
I mean, I've sent this guy a picture before of a bolt. He told me the length and pitch by looking at it. It annoyed me, actually. Like, usually you want to give your homies kudos. I was just like, hey, dude, screw you. So he's down there making sure that's dialed so that we can get the proper hardware. Got it written down right here so we can't forget. And then hopping over here, we got to get these holes a lot bigger for these turbo inlets so that they can get all the witchcraft going on inside them suckers. So we got to get this beautiful grill off. We got a brand new freshy fresh blanket to wrap it up in to make sure nothing happens to this prettiness. So let's start getting this stuff squared away. The holes that are already there are quite simply already there in this instance, and we're just going to do our best to cut out the hole so the turbo can breathe without interfering with the bucket. So we're going to kind of, come in a little short on this side, and same over here. So let me ask you this. Would you guys level it out so it's equal, or would you just try to replicate the circle and just leave it be? There's a million different ways to skin a cat. We always love to hear how you would do it differently.
So you're saying you want to go like this.
Yeah, I want it to be even.
basically you need something to draw you a circle on this side. That's about the right size. And then you need something to draw you a circle on the other side, like maybe a roll of tape. And then just make 2 straight lines connecting them.
My guy came over here and made fun of my circle, and he draws a daggum square. Neither one of us were very good at shapes. I had all the way you said that's not even a circle. I had all the confidence in the. Hey, if you get that bull started, I don't feel bad for the cowboy.
How's it going, guys? Working on this good old bracket truck. Not our normal toy, not something we usually do. Well, I can't say that. We'll tune or work on or build just about anything that's cool. This is actually pretty cool. It doesn't look very cool right now. It's going to be cool. 454 GM LS. We did some custom headers. AccuFab throttle body that is a CID intake. And this thing actually makes the beans for what it is. 2-speed glide. I'm not sure the rear gear. Man, she sounds good. Dave and I did the exhaust. It's just some little dumps underneath the fenders, but it sounds good. And we're about to make the last rip on this thing to make sure all the tweaks we did are what we wanted. All right, guys. Got a couple things done on the car tonight. You see, it's getting a little darker outside. We worked pretty hard for the little bit of time we had. Got a bullhorn on. I already asked Steve what he thought, how he wanted it, but I want your guys' opinion. Straight cut, slash cut. Do you want it cut like that? How short do you think we should go? Do you like them long? Do you want it look like flames? What do you think we should do with this? How do you think it should look? Of course, I'm gonna listen to Steve and Val, but I want your opinion. We also got the button in for the bump on the inside. I still have one more button to put in on the, or the button on the outside is done. I still have the button on the inside to put in. Door handles figured out where we're gonna put that. The other part of the exhaust that was started, we gotta start over. The angle that it's coming out is wrong. I want the exhaust in the same spot on both sides. So it's gonna be easier to kind of start over with that to get the angle the same.
Yeah, it's going to be one of, honestly, you might as well just buy a flange and
just start over with the whole flange.
Take that tube out of there and just cut it off and start over.
We got, like I said, guys, this is, the work we've done to this so far isn't even really on, it wasn't supposed to be done yet. We weren't planning on working on this yet. We're catching little bits and pieces here and there. We are still got a full schedule of cars that were here before Steve got this here. Steve's a good friend. We're going to get it done, and we're moving as fast as we can with the time we got. Not next week, but the following week is when we're going to, this is on the schedule technically. And these guys are going to be all hands on deck during the day. And then I'll come over at night, and me and Dave and Harley will probably work a couple hours a night every night. We work a lot of hours. But I hope you like what you've seen. I hope Steve likes what he's seen that we've done so far.
I mean, I like what I see so far.
I can't, hopefully, man, I can't wait to see this thing at track. Dude, I want to see this at track so bad. I might want to see it at track worse than Steve does because I'm a radio guy.
I want Steve to let go of a button on a radio car when he knows, so he can feel what that G's feel like.
When it's not flopping
when he ain't got all that
around
tire spinning, you know.
and his eyes are vibrating through his head.
All of it going down the track. I'm waiting
Yeah.
to see him for that. I want to see a smile on his face when he comes back. Goes, man, radio's our life.
I can't wait to plot, dude. I can't wait to weigh it, plot the suspension. You know, that's one of my favorite things to do is figure out suspension plots. I can't wait to weigh it, figure out the suspension. Dude, this is going to be such a fun car. And I think that's why Steve and Val are so pumped. I think that's why you guys are pumped up. As you can see, I'm excited. Harley's definitely excited. Dave, I think Dave wants to drive it. Secretly, he ain't telling you. He wants to jump.
I don't know that I could get into this pro mod life, man. Like, if I built one, I don't know if I could sit in the back seat to drive.
Dude, he wants
Like,
to. He was in the seat earlier, and I could see the twinkle. Some 315s, 4,500 horse. Don't let this guy lie, dude. He's going to, I don't know if Steve's ever going to drive it. Sounds slow. You're testing him. Now it's you see what he's doing here, right? Reverse psychology. I was going to let you go.
What? Oh, my turn? All right, guys.
Your turn.
Hey, hope you guys like what you see here. Make sure you stay tuned. Every Tuesday, every Thursday in the evenings, we will have updates of what's going on around the shop, what we're working on, hopefully more progress on the cars, and go from there.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hey, guys, help us. Share our videos and get your friends to come join our sub to our page. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support.
Hey, maybe one day they'll start putting all the cool, funny clips on the, you know, what do they call them things? Bloopers?
Outtakes and bloopers.
Outtakes
We
and
got
bloopers.
a lot of those.
There's a lot of outtakes and bloopers.
Bright light, bright light.
I feel like Gizmo or whatever right now from the...
Once Dave looks at you, then
Harley, is that dog hair? It's like blonde dog hair.
I hope so.
Pretty sure that's blonde dog hair. It was just in my mouth. Well, there's more of it.